There's a lot going on, and we've got to get ready. Come to the hardware store this morning, and it is morning. Like, we're actually doing something before like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We definitely slept in, but this is still first thing in the morning for us because it's the first thing we've done since waking up, and we did it within like an hour of waking up, so go us. So we came to the hardware store to pick up some wood. Our brother-in-law is going to build a miniature Addams Family mansion to go on a float for the parade in a couple of weeks. So we had to come get the wood for that. So Derek is in the truck around back getting that all loaded up. And then we're gonna go to the local print shop. I'm gonna try and get some things printed for the craft fair I'm doing this weekend, some business cards and things like that. But it's gonna be a productive day. It's gonna be a productive weekend. There's a lot going on, and we've got to get ready. So there's that. Last night I dreamed that I kept an old sewing machine of mine, and it still worked, and I was like, hooray! That's not true. I have my grandma's old sewing machine. It probably still works, but it's like one of those ones that's like built into a desk. It is electric though, so I can plug it in and see. I hadn't even thought about that. Seems a little bit sketch to try and use that. My dad has my grandma's old treadle machine, and I want that when my parents no longer want it or die, which is a long time away. I can actually sew on a treadle machine, in case you were wondering. Now I'm just rambling, so I'm gonna stop.
We've stopped for lunch, haven't we, babies? And we're alone in this restaurant.
They're sucking up that chocolate milk.
Yeah, we got them chocolate milk. They love chocolate milk. We're at a Chinese place here in Brigham City called Hunan Village. We're just looking at our Chinese zodiacs. Now, those of you who are pros at Chinese zodiacs, we were born in 1991, but Chinese New Year is technically after January, right?
It's in like February usually.
So does that make me technically a horse or a sheep? Anyway, no one knows. What are we doing today? Oh, our food's here. Guys, we didn't film our lunch. Sorry if you wanted to see that. Because our food came and then more people piled into the restaurant. So, still not 100% comfortable filming in front of other people. But we went to Walmart, got stuff for Leisl's craft booth for Saturday. It's gonna be great. She's gonna spend today cricketing things and getting and painting and doing all those things. Yep. I think I'm gonna go to the school and load my stuff and try and get my high school classroom in order. Maybe, I don't know, it depends. But I realized I forgot to tell you a story yesterday. But this battery is dying. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna hurry and try and tell you this story. Yesterday I was at the middle school and we were unloading that giant middle school costume closet. We were gonna put everything in our van. So walked into the middle school. Well, first of all, they had poured new concrete in our front entryway of that school. And so I like backed up onto it and I was like, I should go ask if I can park here. And so I back up onto the thing, I go into the office, talk to my secretary lady who's in there. She's really nice. She's like, you know, they said we're not supposed to drive on it for a couple weeks, but let me ask someone. So I'm in there waiting for Janet to get everything figured out because she was helping a mom in there because it was like kids could go in yesterday and like get their schedule and everything. So I'm just sitting there waiting. All of a sudden a janitor bursts into the room and is like, Derek, you have to move your car. And I was like, okay, that's why I'm in here, I didn't know. And I like laughed a little and he was like, I'm serious, it's gonna crack. Well, the battery died mid-story. Hello.
You keep this house so cold.
Sorry. Sorry guys, the battery died mid-story.
My baby's lips were purple this morning.
Let me tell you that story really fast. I fell asleep last night for like an hour. Woke up in the middle of the night. Couldn't fall back asleep. It was so hot. I was dying. So I turned the house down to 62. Like, that's fine.
That's freezing.
But yeah.
Babies had purple lips. I put them in their cozy warm pajamas tonight.
Yeah.
So that if you got too hot, they would not freeze.
You look so iridescent. Guys, but my story. Let me tell you this story. I hope I don't drop this camera on my face.
That would be hilarious.
I look like 900 pounds.
Do you want me to hold the
at this angle? How about this? Ah! No, this is fine. Okay, let me tell you this story. Where did I leave off? I don't even remember.
The last thing I remember you saying was, "I'm not kidding."
Oh yeah. He was like, well, okay, backtrack. I know you just listened to this, but for my sake, because it's been hours since I told this story. I was in the office. He comes in. He's like, "Doug, you need to move your car." And I was like, okay, because I like nervous laughed. And he didn't think that that was very funny, so he was like, "I'm serious, I have to move your car."
Yeah, I'm gonna move your car.
Yeah, you move it. That cement is fresh and it's gonna crack and you're blah, blah, blah. And he was like freaking out. And I was like, okay. So I like hurry and run out to the van. I get in the van where Leisl is and I was like, no, we can't park here. And she's like, okay. So we move down the street a little bit and I tell Leisl the story about how this janitor was really rude to me. And I was kind of like, I was a little angry about it.
His exact words were, "I'm actually kind of offended."
Yeah. I was like, the first thing that you say to me in the day doesn't have to be yelling words. And it was. And I was a little bit offended. So I just like hung out in the car and with Leisl and just waited. And then my students all got there and we were moving the costume closet. And one of the janitors, so there was two that came in, the yelling one and then another one. The second janitor that wasn't yelling at me came into the costume closet and he was like, "I just want to apologize because that was very unfair to you." And he was like, "I told him, in Derek's defense, there are no signs that say you can't drive on it. And like it's built in a way that you could back right up to the front entryway. And I've seen people do it, so that's why I did it." But he was all apologetic. And then like 30 minutes later, my secretary comes in and she was like, "Derek, I need to talk to you." I was like, okay. She takes me to this other room, which I don't know why. But she took me to this other room and she was like, "I just want to apologize to you." And I was like, "Janet, it's okay." She was like, "It's not okay. No one comes into my office and yells at my teachers that way." So at least two people were on my side.
He felt very validated.
I did. I was so validated. That's my story for you. Sorry this day was nothing, really.
I painted a bunch of signs, but you've already seen them. I was just doing doubles mostly.
Yeah.
Because I had to do one for the raffle, and then we're giving one as a gift. And that's what I spend my day doing.
Boo! Great.
We showed the ladies Aristocats.
We did show our babies Aristocats, and they loved it.
It's definitely going to be their new favorite movie.
They love those kitties.
They stood saying, they loved it.
They loved it.
And I am going to grow up to be Madame.
Leisl is Madame. Because she, at the very end, she opens her house to all the stray cats of Paris.
That's my dream.
Leisl has literally told me, when we have a house, can we have like a cat barn out back? No.
He did tell me I could have a little cat house that the strays could sleep in the winter.
And the skunks, and the foxes, and the raccoons.
I don't want anyone to freeze.
Oh.
I want Dora to have her kittens in my backyard.
Speaking of kitty. Hello, kitty. Yeah, my sister has a cat. The mother of Edmund, actually.
Edmund's mom.
She is always having kittens. So my sister is convinced that if we have this cat hut outside the door, we'll have her cats there.
I'm not mad.
We will get rid of them. We cannot keep them.
But I can let them until they're old enough to be given away.
You're telling me you want to love a cat and then say bye?
Of course I don't want to. I'm hoping that eventually you'll just accept it and they can be outside kitties.
No.
And they'll all be named Kitty so I don't get too attached.
Oh, okay. Outside kitties on a farm die way faster.
Which is why they're all called Kitty.
Oh, I see.
It's less attaching when you don't have a real name for it.
You're right. All right, everyone. It's time to say goodbye.
Okay.
Say goodbye, Leisl.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And as always, have courage. Lionel, what are you doing? Have courage.
Be kind.
See you tomorrow. Bye.